You act like it's a competition.
It's not. You think it's a competition.
I don't think it's a competition.
You think it's a competition.
I stand out anywhere I go.
That's the point.
Babe, I stand out anywhere I go. When Chioma comes, Chioma is still putting powder. Are you that ugly? You can't even compete with me. I'm Tiannah. I'm the king of fashion. I'm the king of all queens. I run 33 businesses under my wing.
Hey!
Of course I'm not in competition with Toyin. What's there to compete with? The spotlight comes to me. I don't put myself in the middle. The photographers, the videographers, they all put me in the middle. And they do that for a reason. If my star is bright, my star's always going to be bright. So I suggest you go and get your sunglasses because guess what? I'm not diminishing my star for no one.
You want me to come and join you people? Like the mad.
Guys, whilst I was watching this episode of the Real Housewives of Lagos, I was just unconsciously chanting these words in my head that if insecurity, low self-esteem, envy, like horrible, shameless display of envy is the new definition of realness, then on God, I beg to be fake. I would rather be fake than be regarded as real whilst displaying shamelessly all of those disgusting elements, guys, because all of those things that I mentioned, they were on full display and expression from Toyin and Laura today. Like, guys, on this episode, it was so, I'm sorry, but it was really, really irritating to see. Yes, it was hilarious at some point, and it was actually dumbfounded. I was dumbfounded, like, where is all of these coming from, guys? It just did not really make sense at all that grown-up women would feel that way, like would completely shrink in the presence of a fellow woman. How so, guys? How so? And another thing I also noticed was how hard some of these ladies were trying to be savage. You know, they were trying to be savage, they were trying to sound woke, they were trying to sound real all over again. And guys, it just made me realize that, I don't know if it's because of the show or if this is how they are in real life, but some of these women, I'm talking about the likes now of Toyin, Laura, of course, that has a beef with Carolyn, and of course, Iyabo, quite shockingly, you know, have lost touch with that side of them that's actually humane. Because come on, guys, Carolyn said that she misplaced a very, very expensive bracelet that was given to her by her boyfriend. And these women that I mentioned actually making, you know, light of the situation. Guys, my God. See, I've got mixed feelings about this particular episode of the Real Housewives of Lagos, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take it bit by bit from the start to the finish of this particular episode 9. I'm gonna be unpacking all the drama, spilling all the tea, all the juicy tea from the start of this episode to the end. So please just ensure you watch to the end of this video, and I'm sure, of course, that all of you, as you're watching this video right now, you've already got your own opinion, you've got your thoughts, you've got your perception about all the ladies. So just feel free, go ahead and share with me, share with all of us, all of that thought in the comment section below. And hey, if you are new to this channel, if this is your first time coming across my video, thank you so much for clicking to watch. You are the realest MVP. But please don't forget to hit the red subscribe button to become a part of this family. If you always want to receive a lot of my videos like this is where you get the most detailed, factual, accurate analysis of reality TV shows, movies, and trending social topics. So hit the white bell button, that is called the post notification bell. That way, whenever I upload a new video, you will be the first to receive a lot of those videos. Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory, and I am the girl with the tea. Now, let me just quickly put this disclaimer out there because I've been seeing a lot of people getting in their feelings, saying all manner of things like, oh, Glory is not being fair to Toyin and Laura, blah, blah, blah. Listen, guys, this is a disclaimer that whatever I say about the Real Housewives of Lagos is how I view the show, okay? It is what I see happening, unfolding on the show. That is what I am analyzing. I do not know any of these ladies, any of the cast in real life, and so if I am analyzing them, I am not analyzing them based on information that I have of them from anywhere, because I have no knowledge whatsoever about these people's real lives, okay? So I am analyzing these ladies as characters on a reality TV show, and I would advise that you do likewise. All right, we can get in our feelings and enjoy the show and banter and all whatnot, but let us restrict it to that, all right? Enjoy the show, have fun with our banters, and listen, we're gonna have fun, okay? Now, starting with this particular episode 9, Chioma had actually invited Toyin and Mariam to a sip and paint, should I say hangout, yeah, so that they can catch up, because according to her, she has never really hung out with those two women separately from the rest of the ladies, and so that was what they did. And guys, quite shockingly, Chioma was the first to arrive. And she was so proud of herself, guys. You need to see the way she was so excited.
Oh my God, am I the first to arrive?
I mean, it went to show that she really put in a lot of effort to come up first. And guys, somehow, I was kind of expecting that Chioma was going to be arriving first all through this episode for all their events. But she could not really meet up because, hey, it's Chioma. We all know that Chioma is a perpetual latecomer. But for this one, she was the first to arrive. And then there was Toyin. Toyin too was kind of surprised, you know, that Chioma arrived first, yes, and then Mariam also came. Mariam too was kind of surprised and even decided to give Chioma a trophy.
Today I'm mixing up with the girls and Chioma came on time. Where's the trophy? Where? This is for you, Chioma. For coming on time today.
Oh, like this girl, you're so dramatic. But then they were having a peaceful chit chat here and there, and then Chioma decided to start up some gossip. According to her, they should have a bit of a gossip. And then she went ahead to ask of their opinion what they felt about the meeting that Yabo had called the last time they had met, that had actually caused the dramatic gbas between Laura and Carolyn. And guys, to be very frank with you, for the first, or should I say second time since I started watching this show, yeah, I loved in its entirety Toyin's response to Chioma.
That you sat down there, you were looking plastic. Like I couldn't even read your emotions. The shade.
I mean, for real, Toyin was actually right. It was the same thing, okay, maybe not the same verbatim, but it was the same line of thoughts that I had. That if Chioma was claiming that, oh, she and Carolyn, they're actually cool, at least show some loyalty or just show some sort of allegiance to Carolyn, whilst Carolyn was actually upset. A lot of people were arguing that, oh, on that episode, Chioma was with Carolyn all through. I said, come on, guys, go ahead and watch that particular episode from start to finish. When the argument started, Chioma was sitting pretty like a queen, and she said it herself. Yeah, it wasn't her fight. It was Carolyn's fight, and she did not want to indulge Laura. She did not want to give Laura that attention, the audience that Laura was looking for.
It was Carolyn's fight, not my fight. There's nothing Laura would have loved more than me getting involved, fighting, and just basically making me act ratchet. And I wasn't going to give her that. And so what did I do? I sat pretty like the Queen of England.
So she sat down for a while. Yes, it was the second, should I say, batch or the round 2 of the fight that Chioma eventually stood up and moved on to Carolyn, you know, took her outside to give her a pep talk, and then Carolyn came back again. That was when Chioma was actually with Carolyn. Initially, Chioma was minding her business and was also protecting herself. According to something that one of the producers said, Chioma did not want to stain her white, and it was very, very obvious. And even Mariam seconded what Toyin had actually said. So in that regard, I give Toyin the thumbs up for saying it pop and plain to Chioma's face. I mean, the statement that Chioma made, it even went as far as proving that, for real, Chioma was only looking out for herself. She was only interested in her own interest, in protecting her own interest, in protecting her name, in protecting her reputation. She was not interested in acting ratchet with Laura, which kind of made sense, guys. Yes, it made sense because honestly, it was very obvious that if she had actually joined in the fight, Laura would have seized that opportunity to be more crazy, you know, with she and Carolyn. However, what I am actually focused on is on going ahead to pacify Carolyn. In that regard, I do not support Chioma at all. I do not agree with that at all. It only went to portray her as a very insensitive person and a very, very selfish person. That was how it made her look. It made her look bad. But with regards to Toyin, guys, it was very obvious that still at that sip and paints, you know, hangout, Toyin had a lot on her chest to offload. Yes, and she did not hold back in doing so. So she talked about Laura.
Friendship is right or that. Friendship, that kind of friendship is stupidity.
About Laura, blah, blah, blah. She doesn't have any business with Laura's issue with Caroline. After all, she was not there when both of them went to go and see a governor, when both of them went to go and do Ron's house or whatever.
The issue with Caroline is the issue with Caroline. I don't have any business with it. I was not there when they went to see a governor together. I was not there when they jammed themselves in a Ron's house.
And I'm like, okay, Toyin, now this is you sounding like a hypocrite for the 100th time on the show. You are the one that's actually entering Chioma for not going ahead to go and fight for Caroline. And now you are here once again talking about, oh, you did not support Laura because one, she disrespected you, and then two, oh, you don't have any business with whatever she and Caroline went to do in Aaron's house. Like, it sounded like a hypocrite, right? Oh, she did not even stop there talking about Laura. She now started attacking Mariam verbally for not informing her that, oh, she had actually extended an invitation to Chioma and Caroline. That, oh, it shows that Mariam is not a true friend.
You didn't also tell me, Mariam, that you told them, oh, you guys have to come, blah, 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 blah.
I didn't have to tell anybody, that's the point. I wanted peace.
Then you're not my friend.
I didn't think I hold Toyin to tell Toyin anything. I didn't think it was anything bad.
And I'm like, hey, Jesus Christ, oh. What concept of friendship? Let me drop this call. What concept of friendship does Laura and Toyin understand? Because guys, I don't want it. I cease to accept such concept of friendship. So because Mariam did not tell her, I don't understand. Does Mariam even owe Toyin any explanation at all? I mean, according to Mariam, she wanted peace, which was the right thing because there was already too much tension, yes, amongst all the ladies. And I loved what Mariam said, that she does not owe anybody anything, did not even owe Toyin any explanation or even reporting to Toyin. I mean, it made me wonder, like, okay, Toyin, I don't understand. Do you think that because you tag yourself as the fashion goddess, the king of fashion, the star maker, so everybody in that group that you see as your friend should be giving you situational report? When they want to talk to Chioma and Caroline, they should come and report it. Auntie Toyin, mommy, we want to go and have conversations with Chioma and Caroline. Like, how does that even make sense? That statement that she made, that, oh, she needs to start looking out for herself now.
That just told me, Toyin, you need to look out for yourself.
All because Mariam did not come and tell her first that she was going to invite Chioma and Caroline to Laura's fashion show. Guys, that statement was a huge turn off. It was a huge turn off for me. As a matter of fact, at that point in time, I started looking at Toyin as the child, because she was now referring to Chioma as a child, saying that, oh, Chioma likes making an entrance. Chioma likes making that grand entrance, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Chioma cannot outshine her. She's the king of fashion. She's da, 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 da.
Chioma does it purposely because she wants to make an entrance.
But funny enough, no.
Babe,
do
you
you
do
know
it
what?
purposely.
Toyin,
You
you
do
know
it
the funny
purposely.
thing?
You do it
If I
purposely.
come in first,
Babe, you do it
if I come
purposely.
in
It
the
doesn't
middle,
matter.
if I come in at the end, I always make an entrance anyway.
Baby girl, I will help you make your grand entrance because that is what I do for a living. I'm a star maker. You can't do my shine. My style is different from your style.
Guys, I'm sorry, but you see all of those Toyin's rantings? Oh my God. It was just so irritating to listen to. Yes, because as she was talking, the only thing I was hearing was an empty barrel doing ba 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 ba. Another thing I was hearing again was, oh, a very, very insecure person. Yes, that's just making a lot of noise. And guys, I hope you all know that confidence is not verbally loud. Confidence is your aura. Confidence is your personality. The way you carry yourself. It's not about, hey, I am confident. If you like, shout from now to tomorrow. If you're not confident, if you have inferiority complex, your noise is going to expose you. And that was exactly what Toyin was doing when she was attacking Chioma, that, oh, because Chioma comes late all the time. I mean, she just went on and on accusing Chioma of deliberately, intentionally, coming late so that she will make a grand entrance. Oh, I'm the king of fashion. You cannot take my shine. I shine bright, blah, 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 blah.
You can't even compete with me. I'm Tiannah. I'm the king of fashion. I'm the king of all queens. I run 33 businesses under my wing.
Hey! I thought I'm not in competition with Toyin. What's that to compete with?
Guys, Toyin said a lot. And yes, so Chioma get her own for body. I mean, Chioma is not innocent in this one because she even went as far as admitting that, oh yes, she likes making that grand entrance, but sometimes, you know, she likes to powder her face, powder her nose, because Toyin was now saying that when they went for an event, is it at Eko-Hotel or something, I think Laura's fashion show, that she came before Chioma, they met at the elevator, but she came down, waited for Chioma for about 10 to 15 minutes, but Chioma, by the time she would go and check on Chioma was actually, you know, touching up her face again. I was even saying, no, is that how ugly you are?
The spotlight comes to me. I don't put myself in the middle. The photographers, the videographers, they all put me in the middle. And they do that for a reason. If my star is bright, my star's always going to be bright. So I suggest you go and get your sunglasses, because guess what? I'm not diminishing my star for no one.
I mean, guys, oh my God. Oh my God. Listen, guys. Chioma is not innocent, and this is not me defending Chioma. I mean, Chioma is just a terrible latecomer, and to be very honest, I don't think I can actually condone people that are very, very late. But the way Toyin carried that matter on her head at that sip and paint conversation, guys, the only thing I was seeing was envy. Yes, it looked like Toyin was feeling threatened by Chioma's entire existence, just as Laura is feeling threatened. I mean, Toyin is a self-acclaimed, self-pronounced fashion goddess, self-acclaimed, self-pronounced king of fashion, star maker, which I'm sorry to say, in my own opinion, I do not really see her as the king of fashion. I'm sorry, because hey, my style is different. Our own style is different, as she rightly said. Yes, and she even made a statement that, if Chioma wears what she's wearing, Chioma will look like a mad person.
Dramatic, I'm crazy, I'm eccentric. What I will wear, you can't wear. If you wear, you look like a mad person.
Which is quite true, because some of Toyin's outfits, they're actually costumes. Yes, for carnivals, not really, you know, for, I don't know, I'm sorry, but it's not just my thing. And it's not Chioma's thing as well. Chioma has her own style, rightfully so, yes. So I was wondering, like, if you have actually proclaimed yourself to be all of that, why don't you just remain in your kingdom and revel, bask in your glory, bask in all of your queenness, bask in all of your power, in your authentic self that you have actually created for yourself? Why are you so threatened by Chioma that you deem as a child? What is your problem, guys? I mean, Toyin was sounding like a broken record. She was sounding like an older Agbaya that's just very, very, very broken, that's just very, very insecure. Yes, it's like every time Chioma comes or steps into a room, Toyin trembles. And I'm like, Toyin, you are the Panadol to your headache. Chioma is not the Panadol to your headache. And if you do not handle yourself, you're going to choke on Chioma's matter. Period. And thankfully, Chioma did not disappoint me at all.
Did you bring me here to start telling me that you think that I'm shining too much? Like, what's the issue? The spotlight comes to me. I don't put myself in the middle. The photographers, the videographers, they all put me in the middle. And they do that for a reason. If my star is bright, my star's always going to be bright. So I suggest you go and get your sunglasses, because guess what? I'm not diminishing my star for no one.
I love that statement that she gave back to Toyin, that listen, I am a perfectionist. So if I'm going to do things my way, you should also do things your way.
I'm a perfectionist, and that's not going to change.
Well, you're not more of a perfectionist than I am.
So do your thing the way you know how to do it, and I'll do mine the way that I know how to do it.
I'm a perfectionist. Me being a perfectionist, how does that make you a perfectionist or not a perfectionist?
I also love the things that she said during her confessionals.
Auntie, what is this? Do you have an issue when I'm behind, in front, or in the middle? Guess what? Put me under a rock, I'll still shine.
Yes!
I am who I am. I'm confident in who I am. You need to be confident in who you are.
Exactly.
I know what you're doing. Don't watch what I'm doing. Everybody focus on your focus. Simple.
Exactly. Then thankfully, the guy that was actually, you know, chaperoning the ladies on the paintings class, the event, he finally came and interrupted Toyin's, you know, continuous banter about that conversation, guys. Thankfully, because it was getting overbearing, you know. But then I was actually listening to Toyin while she was talking, and it just dawned on me that this is the reason why Toyin and Laura are actually friends. Yes, because they are very, very judgmental. Anybody that is not like them is actually faking their opinion. Anybody that is very, very confident and does not need any further validation from anybody else is actually proud and fake and living a fake life. That is the way these two women actually, you know, analyze other people that are not like them. If you are not loud like them, you're a fake, right? And so it just makes sense why both of them, they have that, they share that chemistry. Why Toyin actually fell in love with Laura's personality, because guys, initially it did not really make sense at all. And Toyin always talking about, I'm real, I'm always mature. It's a lie. You're not real. You're not always mature. Because I just felt like all of those things that she was just spewing from her mouth, guys, was just completely unnecessary, except she was actually doing it for the show. But if it wasn't for the show, then I'm sorry, intimidation was written all over Toyin's face. All of those things that she was saying, it was nothing short of being intimidated by Chioma's aura, Chioma's presence, Chioma's confidence, period. And then the next thing we saw is Iyabo's daughter's 21st birthday party. Guys, Iyabo's daughter is beautiful. She's stunning. She's beautiful. Yes, I mean, any mother will be proud. And just as expected, ladies showed up for the occasion, with Chioma coming second to the last. Toyin came last because, as told by Yabo, she had actually styled Iyabo. So, Laura came. Let me talk about Laura first. Yeah, because Laura came before Chioma. So Laura came and she just breezed in. Of course, she and Caroline were actually avoiding each other. They've not actually squashed their beef yet. So they were avoiding each other. They were not talking to each other. There was no eye contact at all. Caroline was determined, to have her fun and not to even acknowledge Laura's presence around her at all. Laura, on the other hand, looked very, very uncomfortable. According to what she said during her confessionals, if she looks at Caroline, she's going to remember all the gbos that they actually, shared in their last gathering. So she was going to avoid Caroline. But it was also very obvious that she was very, very uncomfortable. Yes, because 1 minute she would be at the same table with Caroline and Mariam, and then the next minute she would run off to another table to go and say hello to a particular guy that she met there, and then she will come back. And then, guys, doing all of that, in the next 15 to 20 minutes, Laura stood up and took her leave. I mean, she told Iyabo that, her husband was waiting for her outside. She has to go and see her kids. She's going home. She doesn't like to go to parties late. And then during her confessionals, she confessed that she was actually lying.
That was a lie. I was nobody downstairs. I just wanted to go home.
As usual, she must always bring drama.
That she did not want to stay. She wanted to go home. Hey guys, you know what? Two things then came to my mind. That, okay, fine. Is Laura trying to create drama again? 1. 2. Is she feeling uncomfortable in the midst of all of that? Is she feeling very uncomfortable, having Caroline around in the midst of the multitude of guests that actually attended her birthday party? What exactly was the issue, guys? I don't know. But then moving on, Chioma came and was received by Iyabo in a very, very princesses-like way, and Chioma was over the moon. She was so excited and happy with Iyabo's reception, guys. I mean, I was just like, oh my God, Chioma will never change. Let's leave it like that. Chioma will never change. You see that lateness, that is her thing. You see that wanting to be treated as a queen, as a princess, that is her thing. She will never change. But then the party was in full swing and all the ladies, they had mad fun. Yes, it wasn't even as though Laura was there or not. Nobody even noticed whether Laura was present or not, because everybody was having a good time. And it was all good vibes all through, no drama. Everybody was happy. But then I noticed that Toyin and Caroline, they actually hugged. Yeah, they hugged each other. They greeted each other very, very warmly, guys. And I was wondering, like, okay, maybe these people, they've not quarreled yet. Maybe because this past weekend, guys, it was on fire. But then let's also remember that the show was actually recorded, I think, 3 months ago. So as at that time, the ladies probably had not heard what they had each said about each other, yes, during their confessionals. So I'm just gonna keep my fingers crossed and wait and see if there will be any episode at all where we're going to see a display of madness, some exchange of gbas between Caroline and Toyin. But then moving on to the next scene, Toyin's mysteriously maxed husband and her stepdad, that's the legendary Shina Peters, they were in the studio creating magic, according to how Toyin put it. She wanted the song to be a hit. She wanted the song to go viral. So she was already talking about putting together some promotional activities, that involved monetary rewards for people to actually do stuff with the song, recreate whatever with the song, just to make the song go viral. Now, in all honesty, frankly speaking, guys, I wasn't paying attention to what Toyin was really saying. I was actually more focused on her maxed husband. And I was asking myself, why is this guy hiding his face from the world? What exactly is he shying away from? Is he just naturally shy, or is that the concept, to create more, should I say, curiosity? People will be anxious to see his face one day. What is it with all the masking thing, guys? I'm sorry, but it wasn't sitting well with me at all. It just wasn't really making sense at all. And permit me to say, I am sorry if it's going to offend a lot of people, but I felt like that particular scene had no entertainment value to this particular episode at all. I felt like it was just an unnecessary cut and paste. That could have been omitted. It could have been omitted. I mean, there was a lot going on in the episode already, so that particular one, of what value was it? I'm sorry, but I had to say it. And then the next scene we saw was Caroline and Chioma meeting up at Caroline's place of work. Now, it wasn't like Caroline was a staff at that particular place, no. So she had a job to, should I say, renovate or revamp the property of a client in Ikoyi, and so she needed to go shopping for interior decor items, for household items, things like that. And Chioma met up with her there, of course, looking extra as always. And they went into conversations about what had happened, with Laura and Caroline's gbos, the fight and all of that. And guys, that was where Caroline actually revealed that the bracelet that she was wearing that day was actually a weapon that she intended using on Laura if Laura had actually made an attempt to get extra physical with her.
What did you want to do?
Oh my God, didn't you see my bangle?
Hey!
That bangle was a weapon.
I came to defend myself because I know how.
So you knew she was going to throw fists?
I knew she was going to throw fists. I knew. She's like that.
How did she do that?
The first time.
And I'm like, hey! Look at me thinking that the only weapon that was available on all what Caroline was wearing that day was her heels. Guys, I did not know that this lady, her hand was also another weapon. Oh my God. And then we also talked about business, guys, which brought to mind the interview that Caroline had actually granted. That was 2 weeks ago, before the gbos that she had on Twitter with Toyin last week. So both of them, they were talking about buying a property together, or even building a property together and then selling it, for like 2 billion, making money out of it, probably making a profit of 1.5 billion, things like that. And Chioma, being a lawyer, was the one that was going to write the JD or JP or whatever she called it. She was going to be the one to draft the agreement, all those things. I'm like, these people have actually been having very, very serious conversations. And for people who Caroline claimed are not actual friends, that they are just friends for the show, that is actually some deep-seated conversations. You don't just have such conversations with an acquaintance. You don't just have such conversations with a random person. That is the kind of conversation you have with someone that you have some level of trust for, to an extent. That's the kind of conversation you have with someone that you see as a potential business partner. Yes, and for you to be business partners with someone, there has to be some level of trust, right? Because the way Caroline had actually described her friendship with Chioma, she had made it look like, not even made it look like, what she had actually said on that interview was that they were only friends on set, so they don't do anything else outside. She doesn't call Chioma, they don't call each other, they don't hang out together. Chioma has her own clique, she has her own circle as well. They live separate lives. And I'm wondering, but this conversation sounds like something that people have been having for a long time, as they even confirmed at that particular scene. So guys, I just felt like, okay, a lot of things are not really adding up. I understand both of them are not following each other anymore on Instagram today, like currently, but then there could be more to why this friendship broke. Yes, because a business was about to be birthed. So what exactly went wrong? Then Chioma had also gone ahead to address the fact that Caroline had actually thrown her under the bus the day that she and Laura had their fight. Yes, according to her, she had actually told Caroline what Laura had said in confidence. She did not expect Caroline to say, oh, Chioma said this, Chioma said that. That for her, even though she doesn't really care about Laura, whatever Laura told her, she held that in confidence, and she told Caroline because they were friends. She did not expect Caroline to go ahead you know, and spill the beans like that in front of all the ladies, that for her, if they wanted to fight, they should fight, you know. But she did not appreciate what Carolyn had done, and Carolyn had actually gone ahead to apologize, but then was wondering why Chioma did not really say anything back then. I'm like, okay, fine, it's cool that Chioma did not really address the matter in full right there and then, because it would have resulted in an argument between the two of them, and it wouldn't have really looked well for the likes of Toyin and Laura, who of course are looking forward to Caroline and Chioma falling out, you know, from their friendship. And so both of them, they make jokes about it, and Chioma went ahead to talk about, oh, how she's very big on loyalty. Yes, she doesn't like the idea of, oh, Chioma said this and that. She would rather say it direct. And then she also went as far as disclosing that in as much as, you know, she's very, very prim and proper, classy, you know, when she gets really, really ticked off, she goes extra.
And I really pray she doesn't come for me, because you're classy and you can switch. Me, I'm very classy, but my switch is as much. That's in fact, I can't take any more insult from her.
And I'm like, dear God, before this particular season of the show ends, can we just have one episode where Chioma loses her shit? Please, I just want to check something. I just want to check something. And then the next thing we saw was Toyin having an Afro-cultural event. Yes, guys, it was really, really African. It was colorful. It was beautiful. And of course, she had her bestie, Derele. There's something I want to say about Derele's character in this show, you know, in this TV show. But then, guys, I don't know. I'm trying so hard to hold back, but I think I have to say it because it has to be said. Yes, someone has to say it. So why do I feel like for most of these reality TV shows that are coming up now, it's like the organizers just has a way of planting Derele as a prop, you know, to add color. Let me just put it that way, to add color, to add vibes, you know, to a particular episode. We saw such play out in, is it Erica's, you know, own MTV show, and then we are seeing this one playing out here now. There's another one that I've actually seen it play out. I can't really remember, but this is not the first time. So it's like, oh, they want something crazy. They want someone that's going to go all gaga, all out, you know, to bring some fashion and vibes. And then boom, they'll just think of Derele and then they'll bring Derele. I think this is not to say that Derele is doing mugbomu yao. No, it's not also to say that Derele is just, you know, gate crashing these shows like that. Nah, I mean, it's also possible that Derele is friends with all of these celebrities because he's a very, very popular person amongst their circle. But then, anytime I see Derele in shows like this now, I just feel like, are these people using this guy as a prop or what? What's the deal? What's the deal? Oh my God, this weather is not friendly right now. I know that my lighting has actually changed. That's because it's raining. So if this video is not looking as bright as before, my apologies. The weather is not being cooperative right now. But as I was saying, the ladies graced Toyin's event, all of them looking regal, all of them looking stunning, beautiful. And then Laura shows up as well with her friend, Celine, whom Toyin referred to as her follower. But then Celine did not get the memo because Laura did not inform her that it was supposed to be a traditional event. And that made her look like the odd one out because she was the only person that was literally wearing English outfit, you know, to a traditional cultural event, guys. And I'm sorry, but I did not like it. I did not like it. And I blame Laura for that. Yes. And I did not find it funny at all, even though Laura was laughing. And I'm thinking, no, if I were to be your friend and you did that to me, I'll call you out when we get home, of course. I'll call you out and I'll treat your effort because you cannot do that nonsense to me. Everybody there was looking dressed for the occasion. And then Laura's friend was looking like one of the, what do they call them? One of the ushers that came to come and serve food. Even the ushers were actually looking properly dressed for the event. So guys, I don't even know how that her friend Celine even managed to be in that event. But if I were the one, I would turn back and go to my house. But then as usual, Laura was avoiding Caroline. Caroline was avoiding Laura whilst the rest of the ladies were having so much fun, you know, dancing, enjoying the night. Laura was just sitting by herself in one corner, shading Chioma, shading Chioma, shading Chioma.
Chioma, do entertainment. This whole boss lady does not fit you like attention. I thought I like attention, but Chioma's attention is 100%.
This time around, she was not shading Caroline, no. And I was wondering, like, okay, so could it be that because Caroline has actually given you some serious gbos the last time you crossed her path, you are now transferring your second level of madness and aggression to Chioma? I said, Laura, don't worry. You shall be attended to in due course. Don't worry. And then, before we knew it, she left.
You want me to come and join you people? Like you mad.
Just as she disappeared from Iyabo's daughter's birthday party, she disappeared. Once again, oh, she's going to see her family. And I love what Iyabo said that, oh, are you the only one that has family? I mean, I better go. But you know the interesting part, guys, the moment Laura left, the actual party started. Nice graced the event with his music to serenade the ladies, and they had mad fun. And then I think, okay, before Laura left, Toyin had actually announced that the ladies should pack their bags because she was going to take them on a trip to Dubai to celebrate her 40th birthday party. But then she made a statement, just something similar to what Mariam did when she was inviting the ladies to our own house, you know, for that dinner party. She was warning the ladies that please, so she's begging them, she does not want any drama, or anybody that has any drama, there's going to be problems, blah, blah, blah. And everybody was quiet. And she was saying that, oh, she knew who she was directing that warning to because it's all about Tiannah. She does not want anybody to come and take her spotlight, you know, things like that. But then aside that, it was overall a fun event. I think for this whole particular episode, I really enjoyed watching that. And all the ladies, they agreed that, okay, fine, Tiannah had won the crown for the host with the most. Because of course, she added the extra spice of inviting Nice to come and perform, you know, and serenade the ladies. And then moving on to the final scene of this particular episode. So the ladies had finally arrived to Dubai, yes, for Tiannah's birthday party. And whilst the likes of Toyin and Mariam were super excited and having a blast in the car that was conveying them to the villa, the likes of Chioma and Carolyn were not really in high spirits because Carolyn had actually misplaced her $43,000 worth of bracelet. According to her, her boyfriend had actually given that to her as a Valentine's gift. And guys, you can imagine how devastating that is.
It's not really about the bracelets right now, it's about the sentimental attachments. You know, this is literally the first major gift that my man has given to me. It was about $50,000, 43K to be precise.
According to her, it wasn't really about the bracelet because of course it's a material thing, but then it was really about the sentimental value attached to it. And guys, to be very frank with you, I can relate. If my boyfriend gives me something, guys, you need to see the way I guard it with my life. I don't allow anybody around me to touch that thing. Not only me they use, and only me they touch them. Yes. And just as Carolyn said, it's not really about the actual thing because of course it's a material thing. It's about the intention of the person that gave it to you. It's about the sentimental value attached to it. And Carolyn had every right to be sad about it. She had every right to be moody about it. And I think she had actually misplaced it on their way, you know, to Dubai, probably at the airport or wherever. She could not really remember where she had misplaced it. So it made her sad. And Chioma was trying to, you know, pacify her in the car, you know, just consoling her, telling her it was okay, she understands. And Chioma understands because Chioma too buys expensive stuff. Yes. But then guys, lo and behold, Toyin was making a fuss out of it.
Just a bracelet, it's not a human's life. Kilo day, show you bracelet,
and to be very frank with you, I felt like that was the height of Toyin's insensitivity. All in a bid for her to sound woke, all in a bid for her to sound savage. I just felt like she was just sounding annoying, to be very honest. She was sounding very annoying because come on, you call yourself an entrepreneur, then surely you should know the value of $43,000. I mean, just as expected, Laura was already bad-mouthing Carolyn, talking about, oh, Carolyn is a perpetual liar. She does not believe anything that Carolyn says, blah, blah, blah.
I really don't want to talk about Carolyn's $43,000 bracelet because Carolyn, everything about Carolyn is a lie. Carolyn lies with so much confidence that I just feel like I don't think I can believe Carolyn. I'm sorry. There's nothing Carolyn would say that I would believe because she lies a lot.
And yes, we know why she was sounding that way because of course Carolyn had actually accused her of being pimped to a governor. Yes. So of course she was going to try to be defensive and make her claims that, oh, whatever, anything at all that Carolyn actually opens her mouth to say is an actual lie. That was Laura's stance. But then for Toyin was trying so, I'm sorry guys, but Toyin was trying so hard to be savage, to even sound savage, you know, going on and on to say that, oh, it's my birthday party. Guys, just listen for yourself. I was irritated actually. I mean, listen, the way Toyin was sounding, guys, to be very frank with you, it just made me feel like, is it that Toyin has never ever in her life, in her entire life, received a gift that is worth thousands of dollars? Thousands, actually, thousands of dollars. Convert that to Naira, it runs into crazy millions. So the way Toyin was sounding, I just felt like, nah. If you don't know, say you don't know. Stop acting. Guys, it was just so annoying. I mean, I understand it's your birthday, you know. And she was like, oh, we should rename my birthday, oh, Tiannah 45 Bracelet. I'm like, that is the height of insensitivity.
Okay, I'll just accept the bracelet issue. And we'll just talk about Tiannah 45 and bracelets. Tiannah's birthday, bracelets. No problem. Let's just change the name of the birthday to Tiannah 45 bracelets.
And nobody should do that to anybody. Allow Caroline, you know, to grieve for the loss of her bracelet. After all, your birthday party has not started, and she's not using her mood to affect your own mood. The least you could have said was, oh, Caroline, don't worry, take heart, it's fine. Just try to get over it, and all will be well and good. But they're opening her mouth to say all of that trash, doing her confessionals, no way. And then the one statement that now decided to shut everybody up and brought on an awkward silence was Iyabo's statement.
It's the emotional attachment, yes. That's
Is this still the current one or the of the month?
Okay, this is about to cause a lot of trouble.
Guys, no way. That was extra insensitive, extra petty, extra savage. And at that point in time, it made me wonder, why did Iyabo ask such a question? What has she discussed with Toyin already? Because during one of Toyin's confessionals at that point in time, Toyin was actually referring to Caroline as a gold digger. Guys, and of course we know that it still boils down to Toyin's accusation that it was because of Caroline that her relationship with that sugar daddy actually broke off. So I was asking myself, I understand that Caroline and Toyin, they have a history of beef, but where is this new beef, you know, from Iyabo coming from to attack Caroline? And that was where this particular episode ended. We saw snippets of episode 10, guys, and it looks like someone actually ticked off Mariam. And then there was Laura coming along with some story of her feeling bad. Guys, I'm sorry, but I did not hear every single thing. And I'm not even going to talk about that one because we need to actually hear the full details of what Laura was talking about. Because with Laura, you never can be so sure what is going to come out of her mouth. And this is where I'm going to end this particular episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elija. I've said a whole lot, and I know that this video is lengthy already, but I'm going to leave the comment section open as usual for all of you to share with me your own thoughts. Yes, just go ahead, drop it all down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys on another video. Don't forget, tomorrow is Saturday. We're going to be having our FSWG Saturday YouTube live stream on this channel, 3 p.m. WAT. Do not miss out. There's a lot to talk about. The Big Brother Naija Shine Your Eye reunion is currently ongoing. Started last night. I've been dropping videos back to back about it. So if you also love that kind of content, just check my channel for all of those videos. It's all down there. And that said, have an amazing TGIF. Bye.